ass bitch, I'ma talk like that. Skin on glow and the ass on fat. Everything out my mouth, no spin straight facts. With the top off, that's no cap. Hey, that's safari talk. We be wild out here like safari walks. In a cloud of thoughts, got a little bit of steam that we blowing off. Sup, freaks? I'm Amiri Safari.
And I'm Trinity Safari.
And this is Safari Talk, the show where we discuss love, sex, relationships, kink, and just about everything under the sun.
Whatever you want, basically.
As a polyamorous, pansexual couple in LA. So let's talk about it.
Yes.
All right, today we are getting into some shit, okay? Because what is the world going to? Like, I'm...
shocked, appalled, baffled. Like, who would have thought we could go back in time so quickly?
Time. Like, okay, what I am cool with back in time. I am cool with Y2K fashions of back in time. I'm not even as cool with them as I was the first time. I think I'm even cooler with them because we've readjusted, right? Yeah. What I'm not cool with is that we have somehow turned 2022 into 1922 and bitches is losing their rights left and right.
Left and right. Like, left and right.
It's bullshit. Roe versus Wade being overturned, I personally, okay, so I've been hearing, fingers to the pulse, thinking, we care about this shit, right? So it's like, I've been hearing shit about it for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, and being like, okay, I see how, we're worried about this. But, like, part of me still never thought that we would, like, get rid of it. You know what I mean? Part of me still just thought, good would reign supreme.
Made so much sense be overturned. That makes no sense.
And it's literally going back in time because I feel like it's going to be a lot of the same first shit that was going wrong that's going to have to go wrong for them to eventually bring it back to what makes sense. But it's like, those be precious years. Nobody want to wait.
We all seen The Handmaid's Tale, y'all.
Yeah, we apparently living in it.
We're there.
Oh, we've seen it outside.
There. We are today. Living in that fucking time. Like,
we are in The Handmaid's Tale. Okay.
It's bizarre and odd and shocking. And who would have thought?
Yeah, man. Like, it's crazy because, it's also like convenient how they kind of do things when they want to and how they want to. And it's like, oh, it's a baby. It's life and shit. Okay, don't get me wrong. All right, it's a baby. It's life. Cool. Let's just go by whatever your rules and your preconditions are. So today I was fucking watching. I ended up randomly seeing this fucking episode. It was an episode of The Breakfast Club. I ended up watching the episode of The Breakfast Club. And they was talking about how this lady in Texas, I've been staying between here and Texas lately. I'm like, oh, Texas. Okay.
It's funny because your boo got you watching The Breakfast Club, huh?
Excuse me. I said I somehow randomly encountered it. I did not say, do not frustrate me. Okay, yes.
I'm like, in what world was you watching The Breakfast Club a whole episode?
It'd be interesting.
You didn't even just see a soundbite on Twitter?
It was not a soundbite on Twitter. It was the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ain't nothing wrong with that. I didn't.
Lame, y'all.
That random facts. Okay. Yes. So
no,
I'm lame. I'm not lame.
Back to serious
that makes me
topics.
Lame.
We're on serious topics right now.
Very serious shit. Man, this shit pissed me off. This shit pissed me the fuck off. So, Texas, the lady say she riding in the HOV lane. She get pulled over. She say, I do got 2 people in the car. It's me and my baby. The lady's like either 34 or 36 weeks. She's like, so baby bussing. Like, it's a baby. She got a ticket. She got a ticket.
It's funny to me because while I feel you, I know where you're coming from.
No,
but
hold
she
up,
is pressing the line.
You think something different? You think something different?
She is pressing the line a little bit. Like that.
Fuck
is a little
that
bit
line. You know what pressed my line? When they said, "Oh yeah, fuck it, we gonna just let some random old motherfuckers decide if you gotta fucking birth the baby or not because you fucked before."
I get you.
That pressed my line. No.
It's
It's specifically in a state now. Okay, because now we run it back to states' rights, good old states' rights. Okay, so if you in a state where they say, "Hey, from the moment the sperm swim up in that motherfucker, damn near that's a baby," you in one of them states. Then how motherfucking dare you tell this lady that she don't have a person with her at 34, 35, 36 weeks?
Yeah.
She don't? You could have been salty about it. You could have even put in rules for new legislation. You like, I'm putting heavily worded letter in the suggestion box. Cool, because you like, people is out here pressing this line.
How much was the ticket for, though? Was
I don't
like
give a fuck if it was $1 Bella. It's the principle.
She pushing it, though. She is pushing it a little bit.
Hot take, Trini. Oh, my God.
Hot take. Spicy hot take. Spicy hot take. She's pushing it.
Do I even know this woman?
She's pushing it. I mean, if you did... It's pushing it. I'm not saying that it's not, a fetus, whatever, the baby. I'm not saying that, but I'm also saying, girl, you knew you didn't have no real passenger in the car. Like, wait.
Hold up on real passenger. Wait, dude. Okay, my thing is,
you don't have no passenger in the car.
Oh, no, I am all about my principles, bitch. I am all about my principles.
No.
You talk about it, you better motherfucking be about it. No. If we saying 6 weeks, no, this shit is highly relatable. Okay, 6 weeks, you can't drop it like it's hot. You can't drop it like it's hot because it's alive than a motherfucker. They say 6 weeks, you stuck. You stuck like Chuck, baby. You did it. That's a life in you. It's alive.
Which at 6 weeks, you're like barely pregnant.
At 6
like,
weeks,
you're like a sneeze.
You're
pregnant.
like, was my period late or did I miscount? Like, you're like, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a
like
so that I could just hope that it's not
like,
what I'm thinking it is. 6 weeks.
At all.
By the time like that's some early detection shit. If you made it there before 6 weeks, so okay, we talking about 6 weeks. They talking about you stuck with this motherfucker for life. He or she is
36
yours.
36 weeks is how many months? Or 30, how much was it? How many months was it?
Girl, I don't know, but think about it. If 6 is a goddamn,
a month and a
that's
half.
a month and a half, then it was like 6 of those.
Yeah, but that's that's
like
I'm
7 months.
How many months is that?
Like 7.
That's a lot of months then. She was probably like big pregnant, but still
7, 8. No, you are huge pregnant.
If the law don't
and baby, if you gotta drag around a goddamn baby in your body.
Anyway, we can agree to disagree.
No, because I'm like, I cannot believe that you did. We should have agreed to agree. I'm like, what? I don't understand. Wait.
Agree to disagree.
In a place specifically, so this is what I'm talking about. These are the rules. These them rules that y'all set. These them rules. Y'all believe that specifically here in your state. Then that means if I got 6 times that this motherfucker 6 times as old as that, why it's not a passenger? If y'all didn't make no subset yet that say pregnant women are excluded, that baby's one with you right now. Y'all attached. If you didn't make no subset, you could be mad that they pressing the line, but it is within the bounds of the conversation of what the fuck is going on.
No, it is. Somebody needs to make a law that pregnancy means that you have a passenger. That needs to be a law.
No. Somebody needs to make a law that pregnancy is excluded from the 2-passenger rule.
I presumed that.
No, well then that's your fault. Because
right
people have presumed that they're gonna put a goddamn mannequin in the other side.
Well, they presumed wrong too. I remember that. I thought that.
But they are dead ass wrong because that shit's not a lie.
Though. Like that's.
But no, it's not the dummy story. Okay, all right. It is alive at some point. It's alive at some point. Okay, what our definition of alive is? I personally think I don't know. It needs to be longer than a heartbeat. It needs to be longer than 6 weeks, whatever. But like I said, this woman was like 6 times that. If that baby came out of her, it could have lived. Okay. 6 weeks, I don't know near baby that could live at 6 weeks. If that baby could come out and maybe with some help, maybe with some, shit going on, that baby could live. That baby is a passenger.
I get it. Okay.
That baby is a passenger.
We could agree to disagree.
And especially in a state that say it's already a passenger when it's just a little clumpy lump of cells.
I get the principle. Principle, yeah.
You're not rocking with my principle?
No. Yeah. I would have presumed. You don't get to call it a passenger. You don't get to call your unborn baby a passenger. You don't?
It is a passenger more than one ever is. No, that shit is hanging onto your body ever.
That's what I'm saying. Principally, for 9 months, if they call it a baby, it should be a baby then. I get it, but no. That's why it's not a baby. That's dumb. That's all dumb. No.
But my thing is, okay, so another point that they made specifically on that show is they was like, yo, but if you kill a pregnant woman, you get 2 counts of whatever, like 2 counts.
Do you?
Yes, girl.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wake the fuck up, okay?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's alive. Okay, now obviously I feel like
that's interesting.
That's harder to relate if she like not even showing, maybe she didn't even know she was pregnant.
I was about to say, what if they didn't know?
Then it's not as effectual. But if that shit was damn near almost alive on its own, it could have maybe came out and, been hanging and banging. She was showing, she was whatever. Then they gonna charge you with multiple things because you killed a baby.
Yeah. I mean, if you could see, but I'm also, you know how long people don't show?
Right. Not that I didn't know I was pregnant show. That is every woman's worst fear. What the...
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I didn't know I was pregnant. One day I just went into labor.
It could happen to anyone.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It could happen to anyone.
I see some shit that said, like, kind of recently, it was like, this is more common than you think and shit like that. And I'm like, they did make a whole show behind it. And I'm like, oh, fuck no. Fuck no. Oh my God. Surprise.
When they try to roll back abortion.
You got mail.
Oh my God.
You got a baby. Help. That's crazy. That shit seem crazy, but it's real. That's why I know they... Oof. I just feel like it's so much like better things that we could be focused on. Like, I feel like, why are they so worried about?
Literally,
like we're
so
talking about.
Laws,
let's talk about
so
children
many things that could change.
Let's talk about children that are alive. Like, there's no disputing how alive they are, being killed because of like gun violence. Let's focus on that. Let's maybe think about that. We worry about these kids.
Mass shootings left and right. No one's thinking about those things. Those very important topics.
Let's talk about how we live in a country that like don't really have free healthcare.
Yeah. Like
we don't really like, and that shit, man. How you gonna make me incur the thousands of dollars of cost that it takes
to have birth a child? Also, yeah. Like, that's another thing. There's no free healthcare. So you're literally saddling me with thousands of dollars of debt. Probably like at least $5,000 of debt. Girl, just to have the baby.
I don't think it's just $5 neither.
No, that's me feeling like that's somebody with like good insurance probably.
Well, you going to the
like
free
a bunch
clinic
of shit like that.
It's a little bit not free, but it's.
I heard that it was in between 5,000 and 15,000.
Okay.
So I'm thinking
that's
minimum
still a lot
5
for this motherfucker who, man.
And then that motherfucker costs every
you
year
ain't
after
even come
that,
out.
too.
Yeah, I was about to say, whoa, you realize I'm gonna have to do at least right now. I just feed you what I eat, motherfucker. Now I
no, it make you eat more too. Don't act like
that's true. That shit gonna cost you too. God damn. But then I'm gonna have a mouth to feed, daycare to buy, all this different shit. And then what
it ain't nobody helping.
And what kills me also is the same like groups that seem to be like, yeah, like abortion is terrible and we need to have more of these babies. As soon as the baby come out, they don't care about the baby when it comes. Why, thank you.
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh God, please, people of the South, don't hate me.
Oh no, it was good.
Okay,
good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've been down there a lot lately. I'm like, that's definitely how a group of them talk for sure. Mm-hmm. You know who you are, okay?
Exactly.
And you don't like abortion, okay?
Exactly.
At any rate, so these people in this hypothetical, whatever thoughts, words, scenario. They be the same ones who, don't want to, support like welfare programs and things like that'll like help the poor ass mothers and parents and the babies once they're like I said, undisputably alive, what we all believe to be alive, right? Like, you don't want to help with none of those after things. Then it's like, oh, get it how you live. You got to get it out the mud, they say,
They like, you had the baby, take care of it. It's
but
like,
you made. I knew back then I shouldn't have had.
I didn't want to have the baby. What the fact they mean?
Come on.
Confusing.
And it's like, yeah, I feel like that's the case in general. Like, what about all the kids in foster care? What about all the, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could be focused on laws and shit that help with shit like that. That help with the conditions of motherfuckers that is alive, like alive.
Exactly.
Whatever. But instead, I feel like first of all, you're not going to stop abortion because it's a need. So people are going to just figure it out and it's going to be dangerous. On top of that, it's getting so like stringent what they're choosing to call
abortions. Yeah, it's like I've been seeing the stories left and right. Like
a lady with the
miscarriages and all types of
miscarriages.
Stuff.
Yeah, people who have miscarriages end up going to jail.
Criminalization on miscarriages. Are you fucking joking?
They're like, oh yeah, you Googled how to get an abortion like 30 weeks ago. So I know you just like your baby, this happened to you and now you're like recovering from this shit. But like by the same token, we about to be like, but what if you was trying to kill it?
Oh my God. I can't imagine living in a state that would like have issues like that. Like, man, I would have
so glad to be a true resident of the great
it's
state
really
of
classist
California,
to even be like, oh yeah, I would move, because you know how hard it is for people to move and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Like,
you know how hard it is to be like, oh yeah, well at least abortion legal somewhere in your country. I'ma just get a flight. Have you seen flight prices lately?
Like, also, do you know that everyone doesn't have access to everything? Like we definitely are, like, a lot of people are very privileged with their like mentalities. You know, it's so much that like, yeah, like you could do that. You could do that. Like,
yeah, man. Also, sometimes you don't have the time to do that. Like, for instance, one of the things I was looking at, it was like a lady with an ectopic pregnancy or whatever, and it's like, so the shit is like, it's not viable. It gonna kill you.
Kill her. Yeah, I was
untreated, it's gonna kill you. The grown ass.
Oh, like
woman.
Guaranteed.
More than likely.
Damn,
if you untreated, completely left. I mean, obviously, maybe if your body just like decides to like pass it or whatever. Oh. But it's like usually you need like surgery. I'm pretty sure for that type of situation specifically. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not a fucking doctor, but I'm gonna say in that situation, it's a situation that is endangering the life of the mother. Mm-hmm. Recently, there was a case. What was the lady's name? It was like Julie. Something. Okay, sorry. But I mean that's wait, hold up, because honestly, I'm sure this is not the only story. So it's not so important who the person is. It's more important that this is happening to real people, right? So yeah, at any rate, so the lady goes in, like she having problems, you know, or whatever, like, you know, the shit hurt or whatever. She's like, what the fuck is going on? You know, they find out that's what's going on. The doctor has to like consult an ethical board, like the hospital board of ethics and everything, and like lawyers and shit, before they can perform this life-saving procedure on her, because they're like, yo, we're in one of those states, and like, you know, are they gonna say that we murdered this baby? Are they, you know? And it's like, it sucks because it's like, because then the doctor has to worry about potentially, while saving this person's life, definitely has to potentially worry about themselves going to jail or anything like that. So it's like understandable why they have to protect
even
the
like losing your license
or consult, or consult the board of ethics. Like this could be the end of their career for sure. Like, so they're like, fuck, well, I don't know what to do, but really their code is supposed to be to like save a life. But it's like, then it becomes the ethical question of a life for a life. Are these lives equal? You know, what do we decide in a state where we're saying, you know, that pretty much an unborn baby's life is more important than the mother who carries its life? Yeah. You know? So that's what we're contending with these days. Like, if you won't treat someone when it's a health situation, you know what I mean?
It's like you're drawing your line in the sand.
Right. And it's like, there's even letting it get that far where it seems like it's a health situation. I mean, honestly, there's just so many implications of like making people do that. Not everybody's at a place in their life where they could do that. Like, I don't think that babies should be a punishment either. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Think that it matters for more than one person. Like, it's always placed on the woman. But in the grand scheme, like sometimes it's like, I've had a few friends recently where I've had different stories where it's like they didn't want to have babies, you know, but they feel like, you know, you just have to kind of go along with whatever, you know, and to a degree, it's like everyone should be involved in the choice, in my opinion, you know, like I don't think you should force anybody into it. And if they decide they don't want to,
you're specifically saying guys who were like, yo, I mean, let's consider the fact that I don't want to have a kid. Yeah. Which I think that is
fair. Should be fair.
I think that is assessment. That should be a discussion to have.
That should be a discussion. And I don't think that's spoken about enough.
Yeah, I definitely think it should be a discussion. I'm gonna say the one place where a woman can always overrule is that it's her body. Now what?
And she's willing to.
I was about to say, but what's the case? I was about to say, I do feel like it's fair that if now it sucks. hope, fingers crossed you don't do it. But, I do feel like if somebody's like, hey, I don't want to, somebody else, like the guy is like, hey, I'm not ready to have a baby. I'm not whatever, this and that. And the girl decides, I'm going to have it hell high water no matter what you say. Then I do feel like you should be prepared to take care of it on your own because your partner is saying that this is something that they do not want. And if you want it even beyond or outside of your partner, then that's what that is ultimately. So I do feel that. But I will say that, unfortunately, again, even in that case, the woman's choice still stands. If you choose to have that baby, that baby's in you. So cool, but it'll just be about how we navigate this going forward. In the same way, you can be like, oh man, I love you. You the love of my life. You perfect. Sure. Like, I'd love to have a baby. I'd love for somebody else to shit one of these motherfuckers out because, ultimately that's what, sure. Man, free babies. I'll take one. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
I don't know.
I could give it back too, right?
No.
Okay. I mean, borrow babies.
We can borrow. Babies. We got babies to borrow.
We do got babies to borrow.
Lots of babies. We can borrow a baby.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's of hella consequence at the same time. But by the same token, it's like when it becomes your body, it is an increased degree of consequence, right? So also, even if it's like, hey, you perfect and you pregnant and like, yeah, like that's the conversation we deserve to have. But if I say, no, I ain't trying to have no baby right now, I would be like, no, I don't know if I ever want to do that, or just whatever the answer is, or no, we're not in a financial position, whatever, I'm worried about what access to healthcare we have. I don't fucking know. Whatever. If the mom then says that I'm not gonna do it, that should also be respected. So I would only say that it is something that should be of more importance, but it is still not exactly equal because there's just always the risk of the risk of life, my life, the risk of,
for sure.
So it's like
also the actual impact of actually having to
the labor, the career implications, all the different things that come with that are going to affect me, where you kind of could never say nothing about that if people did. Exactly. Nobody's gonna like see you pregnant for 9 months. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Also, like if your child doesn't live with you, every single person in life isn't gonna judge you. I remember recently I was talking to one of my friends, and they were like, "Yeah, every time the baby doesn't live with the mom, I'm like super judgmental of the mom, like ew." And I was just like, oh my God, like damn, fuck the mom, like damn, dads be able to do whatever the fuck they want.
Be like, yeah, he's a good dad.
He just gotta go pick him up on a weekend, take him to the mall, buy him some shoes or something. He Gucci, he the best dad ever. Like damn,
I mean that's more than a lot of dads do, but that's where I'm saying it do be a little more of a choice. Just like y'all have a little more of a choice on the back end, we have a little more of a choice on the front end. That should be fair.
Yeah, that should be equality right there. But that's what I'm saying. It's a whole, like, it changes everything of your life forever. Every time you're a mom and they're like, oh, your baby don't live with you. They're like, oh my God, like what do you, like, why? Like,
right. And that's a testament to also, bullshit gender roles and stuff like that. Just like, it's like, like say it's like a marriage or something and it's like a stay-at-home dad or something. And then they're just like, what the fuck is he doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, maybe that was the dynamics that really work in there. Union, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Who are you to judge? And it just like we feel like it's valuable work on the one end, it's valuable work on the other end or whatever. But but like I said, it's like really, yes, more a testament to toxic gender roles,
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like that's
all them bitches.
Yeah, right. Fuck all that. Fuck all of that. But whew, I'm just like, yeah, I'm definitely just like scared of the world that will have to be to a degree potentially for them to change that. Like, okay, and like what about, so just like you was talking about, okay, not to say that all moms who decide like whose kids don't live with them or whatever are bad moms or anything, because like we said, it could be any,
all types of,
it could be any variety of arrangements,
all types of arrangements. What if the dad's like a really good dad and also wants to spend just as much time as the mom?
Yeah, or has a more convenient lifestyle for that or whatever.
Exactly, or lives closer to better schools. Like there's a thousand things. Yeah, there's a thousand reasons, and I like, damn.
But let's talk about women who say didn't want to have babies and maybe knew that they were like unfit. Okay, so like in this situation, I can't say if this woman wanted to have her baby or not, right? This is another situation I saw a story about or read about. So this lady, I believe, now she's not in the United States. She's in like Britain or somewhere. She's in like England, UK type shit. So you know, let's just take away the rules of law and stuff like that, just like basic shit. We don't know if she wanted to have her baby or not. We're not privy to that information.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently she left her child, I think like 20-month-old, something like that. Yikes. She left her child alone for 6 days while she went on like kind of like a birthday bender. And so
you
then
said
when
6?
Yeah.
I know, alone? I'm like that's a 1-year-old.
Alone.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, you
Wait, alone, son.
I feel like there's a lot of better options.
I think so too. I'm like, you ain't had no mama, sister, cousin, brother, babysitter, no.
Even go leave him at a school or something.
Even bring him. Apparently, part of the time she was like staying with her boyfriend and shit like that. So it's like, bitch, that baby could have been at the house at least at the house.
No, that baby definitely only could last like a day or two by itself. Like,
even if you left out food, shit. I mean, like,
a baby's not gonna crawl over enough.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm thinking like dogs. They're can't even leave them.
They're much more.
You gotta make the dispenser thing go for them. And yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You low key, you can't just leave them. But like, say you piled up all their food in the corner. It was like, this your food for the next 7 days. They either gonna try to eat as much as they can of it on the one day, be throwing up, be fucked up, or they not gonna know what to do with that freaky mountain of food. Like they definitely not gonna be like, you know, planning that shit out. Like, okay, so for 7 days I can have this many portions. Like, they a dog, son. And that's a baby, you know? At any rate, super fucked up situation, super sad. The baby dies. Apparently, it comes about that she has actually left the baby before, and the baby's been fine. Maybe not as long as 6 days.
I'm like, for 6 days?
Maybe,
no,
but maybe it was like 2, or maybe it's like whatever, but it was a habit enough that she was like,
no, but
she thought the baby was going to be cool.
Neglect is real, though.
Neglect is real. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about these children in the foster systems and stuff like that who have been like given up by people who either couldn't do it or just, you know, didn't want to or whatever. We don't know, whatever. Maybe we don't know what their situations was, but ultimately these are babies without homes and without whatever. Why are we not focused on better shit for them? Exactly. Like, they're out here, but, you know, who knows?
No, but neglect is real, and it's so fucked up. And
neglect is real.
Reason why it's like, you got to just stop forcing people to have babies. And
we don't know if she was forced to have a baby, but let's just talk about if people are forced to have babies, how some people will react. Some people really not fit for that. Some people not even going to think twice about it. Like, something like that sounds like, what? You wouldn't leave no fucking under 2 years old, by themselves completely.
You would think.
But
one would think.
Not everybody thinks that. Not everybody feels like that. Not everybody sees that. And imagine making numerous people like literally be stuck, which also adds this degree of like resentment, potentially. Yeah. Like having kids like this. What could possibly happen to these kids after they're born, because they're with, you know, people who. Thank you. Because there were people who just were not ready to be parents, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, literally. Like, so many things. Yeah, literally.
Very real effects.
So many people that could end up with issues. So many babies.
Yeah, like if
there's already
enough.
Babies,
let's just talk about the babies. Like, that's... And that's what I'm saying where... like, I feel like the double standard is unsafe. Like, that's, you know, the HOV thing might be fun and funny to like be like, oh, you know, you was pushing it right. But like, I feel like that's the slippery slope of being able to decide conveniently that a life is important when you want to, and a life is not important when it's not important. You know what I mean? It's like,
what do you think was the purpose in all of this?
I be wondering too. I'm like, y'all really want more? But I swear we got enough babies. Like, not that we shouldn't continue to have babies, but I'm like, I don't. It's not like a problem of the problems in America. Maybe
the numbers must be going down.
I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of bitches do be like,
they have to be going down exponentially.
I've definitely met way more bitches than ever that be like,
back in the day, people be like, I'm about to have 12 kids, and now people
like,
you about to
have 12? I'm about to have 13. Be like, well, I'm having at least 6. Yeah, we like 0. So they like, hold up, we gotta make some of these motherfuckers.
Who's gonna work?
It's the Handmaid's Tale.
Who's gonna work? That's what I'm telling you. Who gonna work? Who gonna work?
Who good Lord.
I really do think it has to do with something like that. Like, who's gonna work?
Because
like,
guess what? Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say. Okay, so abortion, okay, that may be a little more fringe for some people. It's like, oh, is it a life? Isn't it a life? But let's talk about prevention. So if we don't want to be killing babies, but we also understand that we don't need an overabundance of babies. People have been fucking and making babies since the dawn of time. Exactly. They're gonna keep doing it. And I hope that we
have a lot more knowledge now, and we have a lot more, and, it's different. Like, it's different. I do, like, it's...
We just come about things differently. So I've also heard that they're attacking birth control.
I have heard that.
Which is, so then, like you said, what's the intention? Because what are we really trying to do here? Like, okay, all right, we're talking about saving lives that like got created, and it's like, oh no, okay, what are we gonna do? All right, but then let's talk about preventing even creating those.
Like, let's just do this. What is the
and
end?
Then you're like, we're not gonna do that.
Like, what is the end?
You want to get rid of that?
It doesn't make sense to me. It's like, what are y'all trying to do?
And then it's also like, yeah, I feel like it's also a lot of this is like rooted in a lot of religious groups and a lot of course, I feel like pretty much ignorant and biased perceptions. But aren't we supposed to be in a country of freedom of religion?
Question.
What? Another question.
Yes,
right.
Exactly where I was about to go.
Okay.
What the fuck about that? What the fuck
about that? What the
fuck about the fact that all of these things are supposed to separation between church and state? What are we talking about? Oh, religion.
No, we connect
where we're forming all of our decisions. Religion. What the fuck is that? What? And then y'all are gonna just say it to our face?
Like, that's the reason. And that's
to our face.
That's what we going with.
To our face. Like, they're gonna say it to our faces. Like,
that's what we're gonna say.
Like, we didn't all learn that in fucking elementary school.
That's what I'm saying.
What? Like,
so
what?
It's crazy because it's like there's no logical reason other than that. Because like you said, if you looked at the statistics, like intelligence is on the incline and access and like, opportunities and stuff are on the incline as people gain more information and more access. And we've seen it happen in other countries, more access to birth control and to family planning, which is the ability to decide, hey, I'm going to have a baby now or I'm going to have a baby later. I'm going to whatever.
Exactly.
Many people have the urge to have kids. Like, they just want to do it right. And I'm sorry, maybe if we start correcting some of the other institutional bullshit and problems that's going on, maybe more people will want to have kids. Like I said, maybe we got free healthcare. We want to have kids. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we want to have kids if capitalism wasn't beating all our asses.
Exactly.
like maybe we want to have kids. I'm like, maybe fix some of that shit.
Exactly.
Maybe if gun laws wasn't crazy and like we said, motherfuckers wasn't shooting up schools,
put them in, I know,
your little baby, your baby kids,
down.
And the police systems that have been getting the bulk of the money in most everywhere, being too pussy to go inside and get the kids and shit like that.
Oh my Lord Jesus, you better say that.
I'm just saying. I'm like, I think we got some other problems to fix before we even open the conversation.
We got things to do.
That's just not even a conversation. That shouldn't even be a fucking conversation right now. I don't
like. What are we talking about?
Sup, freaks? It's Amiri Safari
and Trinity Safari,
and thank you guys for listening to part 1. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed all those juicy topics. More hot shit to come. So let's talk about it next week.
If you think this week was amazing, next week's gonna be even better.
Tune in.